Hello, nice to see you today. There's something different behind me. I don't know if you know, but if you do, you can call it out, and maybe you're right. Probably you are. My book today is called All the Places to Love by Patricia McLaughlin. And the art is done, the paintings are done by Mike Wimmer. So you can see the whole book. And let's see when here. Here's a little basket. This is not part of the story, but maybe it is. End papers is what I call those pages. It was written in 1994, and it's dedicated to the grandparents of the author. Pages are sticking together already. I've got 2 pages stuck. On the day I was born, my grandmother wrapped me in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep. There's the baby. Brand new baby. Beautiful new baby. She held me up in the open window so that what I heard first was the wind. What I saw first were all the places to love. The valley, the river falling down over the rocks, and the hilltops where the blueberries grew. There's the grandmother. It's the baby and the mother looking out the window. And there's what she saw out the window. My grandfather was painting the barn, and when he saw me, he cried, and he carved my name, Eli, E-L-I. He carved my name on a rafter beside his name, which was Johann, and his grandmother's name, and the names of my mama and papa. And there's other names up here. Other names up there besides Eli. Mama carried me on her shoulders before I could walk, through the meadows and hay fields. The cows watched us and the sheep scattered. The dogs ran, looking back with sly smiles. When the grass was high, only their tails showed. There's Eli on his mama's shoulders. The dogs in the valley. I love these pictures. Nice flowers on the field. When I was older, Papa and I plowed the fields. Where else is the soil so sweet, he said. Once Papa and I lay down in the field, holding hands, and the birds surrounded us. Raucous black grackles, redwings, crows in the dirt that swaggered like pirates. When we left, Papa put a handful of dirt in his pocket, and I did too. This is the plow, and they're holding hands. There's birds in the sky, and there's birds over here in this picture. Remember he said the red wing? I don't know if you can see it, but this one here has a little bit of red in its wing. It's quite pretty. My grandmother loved the river best of all the places to love. That sound like a whisper, she said, gathering in pools where the trout flashed like jewels in the sunlight. Grandmother sailed little bark boats downriver to me with messages. I love you, Eli, one said. There's a little boat, and there's the note that says, I love you. And it's just a little pool from the river. That's the place Grandmother loves best. We jumped from rock to rock to rock, across the river to where the woods began, where bunchberry grew under the pine needle path and trillium bloomed under the beech tree was a soft, rounded bed where a deer had slept. The bed was warm when I touched it. Here's Eli jumping across the rocks, and where the forest began, and down here's the bed where the deer had slept. I wonder why it was warm. When spring rains came and the meadow turned to marsh, cattails stood like guards, and killdeers called, as a kind of a bird called a killdeer. Ducks nested by the marsh marigolds, and the old turtle, his shell all worn, no matter how slow, still surprised me. These plants are called cattails. I don't know which one of those birds is a killdeer. And Eli's looking in the water at the turtles. Sometimes we climbed to the places Mama loved best, with our blueberry buckets and a chair for my grandmother, to the blueberry barren where no trees grew. The sky is an arm's length away, where marsh hawks skimmed over the land, and bears came to eat fruit, and wild turkeys left footprints for us to find like messages. Where else, said my mama, can I see the sun rise on one side and the sun set on the other? Oh, there's that basket of blueberries we saw on the front page. Remember that? And there's the chair for grandmother and baskets. They're at the top of the hill where the blueberries grew. They're delicious. I love them. My grandfather's barn is sweet-smelling and dark and cool. Leather harnesses hang like paintings against the old wood, and hay dust floats like gold in the air. Grandfather once lived in the city, and once he lived by the sea, but the barn is the place he loves most. Where else, he says, can the soft sound of cows chewing make all the difference in the world? Now, this is a leather harness that he was talking about that hangs like a picture, and there's the cow chewing. There's a little bucket for, maybe that's for milk. And that's the harness laying on the ground with a nest of, I think it's mice. I didn't see this before either. Right there. You know what that is? It looks like a kitten. Or maybe it's a mama cat. I don't know. Today we wait. Him, Grandpa, sitting on the wooden chair, and me on the hay, until much later my grandmother holds up a small bundle in the open window, wrapped in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep, and my grandfather cries. Here's what she's holding up. And here's Eli and his grandfather. I'm not sure which window it is. Together we carved the name Sylvie in the rafter, beside the names of grandfather and grandmother, and my mama and papa and me. My sister is born. That says Sylvie. There they are carving. Look at Eli holding the chair for his grandfather, with his tongue out, kind of biting on it. I'm thinking, someday I might live in the city, someday I might live by the sea, but soon I will carry Sylvie on my shoulders through the fields. I will send her messages downriver in small boats, and I will watch her at the top of the hill trying to touch the sky. I will show her my favorite place, the marsh, where the ducklings follow their mother like tiny tubbles of leaves. Here's the ducklings following their mother. And there's Eli looking at his new sister Sylvie. And their mother looking on. And that's it. There's Eli with his sister. With the cover, showing her the places to love. And that's the end. No. All the places to love are here, I will tell her, no matter where you may live. Where else, I will say, does an old turtle crossing the path make all the difference in the world? You see? Thank you for sharing this book with me today. Hope you have a nice day. I hope you find a nice place to love in your life. Bye.